Welcome back to the channel. I don't know if this is going to be uploaded on Halloween. Probably not. We'll see how much I do tonight. Halloween is just around the corner. This is the time of the year where kids are going outside, trick-or-treating, dressing up as their favorite character. Maybe Bluey, Scooby-Doo, Hubie Halloween. I'm not sure what the kids like these days. I haven't been a kid in a long time. The kids go home and tell each other spooky stories and play Casper's Spooky Scare School Sports Day on the Wii. That's not what I'm doing on Halloween. I am making a YouTube video. But imagine this. Good at Goodwill on the day of Halloween, and you find a certain movie. You don't really know what the movie's about, so you pick it up, you bring it home, and you watch it, and you don't really feel anything about it, but you start to think about it more and more for the next year. That's what happened to me with the little ghost. Now, what the hell is this movie, you may ask? What are we talking about here today, Connor? What's going on here? I'm still not even sure myself, and I've seen it like 4 times already, but I'm just going to talk about it here right now. As soon as the movie starts, we were met with nighttime in the city. Nobody's outside, anything like that. I'm wondering if our main character is going to be in the cast. Holy shit! Oh my god! I hadn't shown you the character yet, but this is our main character. He doesn't have a name to him or anything, but he is certainly one scary motherfucker, I'll tell you that right now. I certainly wouldn't want to look at him, but you're going to have to look at him for the rest of this video, so deal with it. So his keys are magic. We're gonna see more of this nonsense later, but he starts fucking around in the castle, and then he gets a suit of armor, and he starts talking to the paintings. Now, I'm not sure if he's the only one who can see the paintings moving and talking because, you know, of the keys and whatever. But again, we'll see more of that nonsense later. He starts talking to one of the paintings, which is a Swedish guard, and he has nothing good to say to him at all. In fact, he is quite mad at him over a certain war.
Do you really fail to remember how you led siege to our beautiful Olenberg 3 years ago?
3 years ago? 300 years ago.
300, man.
The guy in the painting's name is Thorsten Torstensen. I'm not lying to you. That's his real name. I tried to look up this Swedish-German war. They're in a town called Eulenburg, so I decided to look it up, and what do you know? There's nothing about it. So I'm coming to the conclusion that this doesn't exist and is only here to serve for this movie's plot. Of course it is. But there is a painter out there named Thorsten Torstensen, so shout out to him. So in this town, there is a Swedish festival, which is about him taking over the city. I'm not entirely sure why these people are celebrating the Swedish people attacking the former, you know, citizens of this here city. It seems about right, though. I did wonder, though, at this point, okay, so is the movie Swedish? Are these people Swedish at all? And that's what I originally thought, like, the first couple times that I saw this movie. But I'm here to tell you that that is not the case whatsoever. In fact, these people are German. Yeah, I know, right? But I only thought that these people were Swedish, probably because when I was writing the notes for this film, the third time I watched it, I was a little drunk. So cut me some slack, okay? I had no idea. In fact, I'm going to get myself a drink right now, so I'll be back in a second.
Wake up, Sophie.
This is hard Doritos, pineapple. So this is actually what I was drinking when I was taking the notes for the film. Not sponsored either. I just wanted to show it off. I mean, there would be no way I'm sponsored. Look at the size of my channel. So after scolding Taco Tuesday, he goes outside to find this owl. This owl's name is Twit-to-Who. I do find that name to be pretty funny. I'm seriously wondering how they came up with these names, but they don't have a name for the little ghost. So I'm going to stop here real quick, and I'm going to tell y'all the name that I'm going to be giving him for the rest of this film. Jimmy. His name is Jimmy now. Don't ask me why. I just thought it was a good name. So Jimmy is oh my god. So Jimmy wants to wake up during the daytime, so he's talking to Twit-to-Who about how to do this, and one of the only ways he could do this is by changing one of the clocks in this town, because apparently one of the clocks is controlling his circadian rhythms. I'm not too sure why, and also I'm not too sure why he is only able to be up for an hour. So he's only able to be up between midnight and 1 a.m., maybe to control this monster from not going outside and people having to see him him because he is quite a frightening figure. So while talking to Towit is like, hell no, Jimmy, you're not gonna wake up as a daytime ghost. But Jimmy says fuck you and starts changing a bunch of clocks. Before we see any of that, though, we are finally introduced to our main... Well, finally. It's only been like 5 minutes in the film. We are introduced to the main, like, real human character of the movie, Carl. An actual name. Carl is trying to find this ghost, but his mom says fuck you and tells him to go to bed. Okay. Daytime now. Carl runs into Midtown and runs into this biker. I'm pretty sure he's a delivery guy. Keep note of this guy. Here comes Carl's friends. At this point, I don't care about anybody's names, so they're going to remain nameless. They run into this cop guy, and then they go to their school where they're making stuff for the Swedish parade. Carl makes a pretty sick-ass flag, and this kid beside him, fuck this kid. After school, the class goes on a night walk, and Carl wants to see Jimmy. Duh. Of course he wants to see fucking Jimmy. While the kids are inside the castle, Carl hears Jimmy doing some shit, and then the ball rolls out. Not a ball! Pussies. While in the castle, before the class leaves, Carl wants to stay behind to find the ghost. The class doesn't really understand why Carl wants to do this. Ghosts don't exist after all.
Anyway, ghosts don't exist.
Well, only the ones who have a cold.
But Carl doesn't care, so Carl wants to say he's going to the bathroom.
I have to go to the bathroom first.
That way?
So he walks out, and then boom, what do you know? He finds Jimmy. When Carl finds Jimmy, Jimmy is messing with Thorsten Torstenson's prize clock. Oh no, what are we gonna do? What's gonna happen? Are they gonna blame it on Carl? Of course they blame it on Carl. Here we see the clock master and the clock master's nephew, and the clock master is teaching his nephew how to like move the clock hands or like fix it or whatever. And the clock master wants his nephew to call him master.
But please don't call me Uncle Hubert at work, Rudolph. You are the apprentice, and I am the master.
That's all I have to say about that. And here we see the castle manager. I'm not really sure if he's really managing shit in this castle, to be honest. He kind of just walks around with keys. So he goes up to where Thorsten Torstenson's clock would be, and boom! What happened to it? They start questioning Carl at school because he was obviously the last one that was there, so they gotta blame it on him. They have no reasonable evidence to even support that he would do this. It's just because he stayed behind. You know, they keep on trying to get him to say it. Kids are making fun of him, etc. Fuck this little shit. But the cop goes and tells his parents. Parents want him to say that, you know, maybe he stole it or whatever, but Carl's gonna stand on his ground. He's gonna stand on business, and he's gonna say that
But I am telling the truth. But I am telling the truth.
To sum it up, though, he's probably going to get expelled from school if he doesn't, like, say that he took the clock. Carl then throws a tantrum, but then they go outside with his friends and then his mom to go into the castle to see about whatever.
Do you work here?
Work? That's rich. I manage the castle.
Does he really think so? Jimmy must have changed the right clock because he wakes up during the daytime. Well, actually, excuse me, the golden moonlight.
Golden moonlight?
Just you and me look at the clock.
Funniest scene in the whole movie. The kids find Jimmy in the castle, and they decide to chase after him to try to corner him and catch him. I'm not really too sure why. I should actually say this right now, too. Jimmy is seemingly made out of cloth? What's under there? Are his eyes the only things under there? Is he see-through like literally every other fictional ghost ever? What's under that cloth? I have a lot more questions, but oh my god! Yo, they just killed Jimmy. The kids just killed Jimmy. Well, we now have a conflict in this movie. So whenever the sunlight hits Jimmy, he turns black. I don't know what's up with the sunlight and the moonlight. Things happen. I wonder how Jimmy reacts to this. Oh, he went into hiding. Oh, wait, get it? Because he's fat?
I could go down, sir.
Good. Hop up and put the hose around him.
Did the fire department just willingly accept that a kid wants to do their job for them? What the hell? Carl then goes down to grab Jimmy, and Jimmy doesn't want to go back up because he's afraid to get caught. Even if he was caught, Jimmy has those keys that he could easily open virtually anything at any vicinity, so would that really be an issue for him? I don't really think so, but who gives a shit? Oh yeah, also I didn't mention this, but only people that believe in ghosts can see Jimmy. I guess that makes sense. The Clockmaster finds Thorsten's clock broken, so he goes to take it to fix it. Oh no! I hope this doesn't have any rift in Jimmy and Carl's relationship. Wait.
Why did you lie to me?
Jimmy goes through the sewer and up into a busy street.
What's the matter with you? Have you taken complete leave of your senses?
Now this guy believes in ghosts. What the fuck? News gets out about Jimmy's existence, and they're gonna coin him as something, so they coin him as the
Black Unknown.
which I guess makes sense because he is unknown to the citizens of Eulenburg, and he's black. The mayor of this town is pissed about the Black Unknown and wants to know who this Black Unknown truly is.
This Black Unknown is something...
Well, don't look at me. It wasn't me.
What? Now, class, I hope that you did take note of this character earlier. This character was only used for a joke. Yes, it was about his skin color. Now, I don't want to call the creators of this movie anything, but it does seem a little odd that they would use the only black character in this movie for a joke like that. There are literally no other black characters in this film, I guess apart from Jimmy, but Jimmy doesn't count at the moment. I don't know, after that scene, I was only thinking about that for the rest of the film. It just doesn't really sit right with me, but whatever. Jimmy goes inside the town hall, starts to dig around, and then finds a poster of the Swedish festival, which has Thorsten Torstensson on it.
What a pity. I can't read.
Well, then how do you speak so well? I don't know much about the speaking learning curve for people that can't read, but I've been able to read since I was in pre-K, so I guess I don't really understand that one. Jimmy decides to draw on all the posters. He doesn't like Thorsten as mentioned. And then everybody in the building is trying to get the writing off the posters.
Have you ever seen anything like this before? Have you?
Catastrophe. Someone making fun of you in your own town hall.
In my own office?
But you're not Thorsten Torstensson. You don't even... What? Who are you trying to fool, man? Carl's dad sees a bunch of little drawings of ghosts that Carl made and decides to rip a few off the wall. What a shitty dad. Also, he suggests that Carl go see a psychologist.
I think he should see a psychologist.
I don't know about you, but if I saw my 10-year-old son, I'm assuming that's Carl's age, if I saw my 10-year-old son draw a bunch of things of ghosts, I probably wouldn't think much of it because, frankly, kids probably believe in ghosts. And if my kid were to say that he has seen a ghost, again, he's a kid. Of course he thinks he saw a ghost. He's a kid. The mayor says he doesn't believe in ghosts, but then he sees Jimmy? I'm not too sure about how this works anymore.
This baby has to remember this. There are no ghosts.
He just gave this guy PTSD. The cops start trying to find Jimmy, and Jimmy goes into hiding, but the dog, the guard dog, starts to go crazy where Jimmy is hiding. Off note, I do kind of find it fascinating that dogs are just able to feel entities around them. Just a thought. But of course, the cop doesn't go into that little thing Jimmy's hiding in. Even if he were to get in trouble, again, he has the keys, so virtually nothing would really happen to him. Oh yeah, wait, hasn't it been an hour? There's no way that it's only been an hour in this movie's time, because it feels like we've just went through like 5 hours of shit. Jimmy should definitely be asleep right now, or at least he should have been hours ago, because there's no way an hour has passed. The Swedish parade starts and Carl has to sit and watch. So as said earlier, the Swedish festival is about the people of Eulenburg trying to defend their city from the Swedes, but the Swedes are going to win anyways. I'm still not sure why they celebrate the opposition winning, since it has been like 350 years since then. It doesn't really matter to them. But if I were to have looked into the history books and saw that these people took over our city and we just have to deal with it, I would frankly be pretty mad. But then again, we are white, so I guess this is just something we do, so it doesn't really matter. Jimmy wakes up and goes down to look at what's going on, and he starts to have war flashbacks. So he starts to go dummy on the town, and everybody starts to run away from him. Jimmy feels like this is a victory, but according to the citizens, it's not much of a victory.
What's the matter with you?
Holy shit, dude, chill the fuck out. Jimmy overhears Carl talking shit about him.
Ghosts are just mean and evil.
Jimmy says to Carl that he thinks the Swedes are evil. Now, I don't necessarily think the Swedes are evil per se, because we did get played out of them, but to each their own. Jimmy also thinks generals live for 400 years.
Nobody lives for 400 years.
No? Not even generals?
What the hell is up with that? Of course they don't live for that long, dumbass. So now Jimmy starts to talk to the mouse, trying to crack down who may have taken the clock.
It could have been the policeman that was there. Yes. But no, policemen don't do things like that. They do.
The mouse is now my favorite character in the movie. But Jimmy finally decides that, oh yeah, maybe the Clockmaster took it. So now he goes to the Clockmaster's shop, fucks with him, takes the clock, runs. Jimmy goes back to Carl and gives Carl the clock. Carl easily forgives him.
Thank you.
So Jimmy tells Carl to put the clock back into the castle, which maybe it's just me, but wouldn't this further incriminate Carl? By chance, I would feel as though that the Clockmaster would think that somebody had taken the clock, and then if the Clockmaster goes back and finds the clock in the castle, then the only person that they would really go after is, well, Carl, because he is the prime suspect of taking this clock. Jimmy entrusts Carl with the almighty keys, and him and his friends go to the castle. They start walking around the castle, and wait. This doesn't make any sense to me. I thought that the keys were the only way that we could see the paintings move, but I guess the paintings are just supernatural? Again, I don't know what's going on anymore, but who gives a shit? Now, the kids find Who and tried to figure out what clock it is that causes Jimmy to have some circadian rhythm. And Who is like, oh yeah, it's the town hall, it's the town castle. It's the town castle. Because of course it is. So Carl asks his dad how to change the clock hands on a clock. His dad is like, okay, so why are you doing this? And then Carl runs away while telling him a riddle.
A little bird told me it's going to turn up soon.
It's pretty funny. The kids go up to change the clock hands, and Carl is willing to die for this shit. Because look at him, he's hanging off the clock. What a god. No one in his town is seeing him doing this until the Clockmaster sees it, and then the Clockmaster starts to run up to the castle and try to get him to stop. So then he starts moving the clock hands. It's not a good decision, because would that be more harmful to do to Carl instead of just trying to grab him from the clock hand? Holy fuck, Carl's about to die. Now the whole crowd is looking at this little boy hanging on for dear life. Jimmy wakes up and then boom! Yeah, so the Clockmaster is now passed out. With the Clockmaster passed out the side of that terrifying creature, the kids try to do it themselves. But look at it, Jimmy saved Carl from his death. I had a total of 800 calories yesterday. My camera died during recording, and I went to sleep at 5 in the morning. Happy Halloween. After Jimmy saves Carl from his death, the Clockmaster wakes up and is excited to see Jimmy, as he has, I guess, never seen a ghost in real life before. The Clockmaster decides to change back the clock hands on the big tower that they're in so that Jimmy can go to sleep at midnight again. Wait a second. The Clockmaster knows the ghost circadian rhythms? He knows this? Then how come there are people that don't believe in ghosts? If he knows this, then how come every person in the world doesn't already know that ghosts exist? Oh, get it, because he's fat. Everyone apologizes to Carl. Good. Jimmy then wakes up at night and goes to talk to Who about all this shit. And then, oh my god! Holy shit, he turned white again. What the fuck? He is a little too excited about being white. He should chill the fuck out on that one.
I'm white again. I'm white again. White.
White! Woohoo!
Jimmy flies through the castle and sings his dumb little song, and then you see the castle manager. He's holding a double barrel to the Thorsten Torstenson clock case. That's incredibly funny, to be honest. I would have never seen this coming. Maybe he does actually do his job, but he is sleeping on it, so he needs to wake the fuck up. The kids see Jimmy, and then he tells them this.
Always remember, there really are no ghosts.
Well, clearly there are ghosts, dude. And that's the end of the movie. I don't really have many issues with it, apart from the fact that there was that one scene with the black dude. I mean, apart from that joke, though, I think pretty overall, this was a pretty cute movie for kids to see. It's not that horrible or anything like that. I think that it's just fine. If you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, helps with the algorithm. I know this is the first time I'm doing a video like this, so if you did like it, please let me know, because I would love to do another one of these for Thanksgiving, possibly, but definitely for Christmas. I would love to talk about another shitty movie, something like that. Just let me know, and I will potentially do it. That's it. Bye. Happy Halloween. Bye-bye.